Hey guys, so I want to briefly chat to you about what struggle I had with my breastfeeding journey that sort of made it impossible for me to reach the target that I had in mind. So I wanted to breastfeed my daughter until she was 2 years of age, and we were doing pretty well until a certain point where I had to acknowledge a few realities. So the starting of my breastfeeding journey was as rocky as a lot of moms experience. So I didn't overproduce milk, but I was just producing a lot of milk, and it was just the struggle of just leaking all the time and always having to pump during the night. So not only was I sleeping less because of the baby, I was also sleeping less because I had to pump every 2 hours. There's only so much breast pads can take. So even when I just went back to work, I'd always just vanish because I had a situation. And the last thing you want as a breastfeeding mama is just boobs full of milk, just making you feel uncomfortable. Because you know how it feels. It's not a nice feeling. But we definitely just grew in our overall breastfeeding journey, and things were great. I just love the convenience of breastfeeding. If a baby's hungry, you whoop it out. If she's crying, you whoop it out. Just rather than the process that I'm doing now, where I have to go make the milk, so just boil the water and count the scoops and all of that. So this part is very new to me. So I think things changed for me when I realized that my daughter was treating the boob or just breast milk as an emotional crutch. So instead of dealing with her emotions or dealing with boredom, she'd use the boob as some form of entertainment or some form of comfort. I actually felt like I was a walking, talking pacifier. Which is great sometimes at night, because then you don't have to wake up and try and comfort your child. You can just whoop it out, and she's calmer. But then even when we were in public spaces, she wouldn't want to be held by other people. She wouldn't want to play with other kids. She'd be looking that way, and then she'd get distracted and enjoy the view or enjoy playing with other people or getting attention from somebody else, until she lays her eyes on me and she's like, oh, hey, there's the woman with the two boobs that I enjoy so much. Let me cry. So I just really got tired of that, and I made a decision in December 2018 that I think it's time to wean her off. So on the 31st of December, we took her to my mom-in-law in the Val, and she stayed with her for a couple of days. I think it was 3 nights, so 3 nights and 4 days. So on the 4th day, I came back hoping that she would have forgotten about it. No, she knew it. She wanted it. It was the first thing she wanted when she saw me. The first thing. So my mom would put some chili on it, and at first she didn't like it, and then she realized, oh, actually after a while the taste just fades away, so let's suck it off. So I failed, but I think as much as I thought I was ready to wean her off, I don't think I was completely ready, because when we went to go fetch her, I was in so much pain, and as much as I didn't want her to suck, her doing that just brought me so much relief, and I needed that so much, because I think there's a day I spent in bed because I was in so much pain, and I was just using heat packs to calm the pain down, and using cabbage leaves, and nothing was helping with the painful. So she started sucking and I was feeling better. So that was the end of our attempt at weaning her off. So now we recently started in May. So someone suggested that rather than using chili, use aloe vera. So I got a few plants where I used to work, and I would apply it on there, and it looks like she doesn't like both the smell and the taste. So the first couple of days she'd ask for it, and you give it to her. So the process is, don't deprive her of it, just take it out, but make her feel bad about it. So she doesn't like the word sis, so I would whoop it out and say sis. I hope I didn't scar my child for life. But we whoop it out, and she'd cry because she can smell the aloe and she can taste it, and she's like, but why does it have this terrible taste, and I just want to suck. So the first day, we spent the whole day without breastfeeding, and I wasn't getting engorged because I recently started a contraceptive that actually dries out my milk. So it didn't dry it up completely. I still produced milk, but not at the same quantity as I did before I started on the contraception. So we spent the afternoon without breastfeeding, and then nighttime came, and that was terrible. It was unbearable. She was howling so much because she knows if she cries at night, she can just take it out and suck her pacifier, a human pacifier. But I was just not having any of it. But I ended up having to give it to her because I just couldn't deal with it. She was crying for like almost an hour, and I'm tired and I want to sleep, and daddy also needs to get up and go to work in the morning, so I can't be disturbing people. But I woke up in the morning and I felt really terrible. Like I felt like I failed. And then I went to the internet, and then I started reading up on blogs. You see, blogs are life, guys. Mommy blogs are everything. And then I learned that you can't stop completely. You know, you have to take it step by step, step by step, step by step, step by step. So it's either you start weaning her off the night feed or the day feed. And then then I started feeling better about myself. And then we obviously were feeling really good about the day feed, because then she wasn't really thinking about it very much. She hardly even came to me anymore to ask for the boob. And then what dad suggested we do is I put her down using the boob, right? So because that's how she sleeps. So she takes a human pacifier, she passes out, sleeps, and then I am kicked out of my bedroom and I go into the smaller room to go sleep there, because she would wake up. She wakes up around 2 or 3ish a.m. and she cries for me. So now she can't cry for me because I'm not there. So she would wake up and cry and look for me. She'd sometimes even get off the bed because we're co-sleeping. She'd get off the bed and walk around, and if she can't find me, she'd get back to bed and she's sleeping. So we did that for a couple of days, and her quality of sleep was actually getting much better, because now she's gotten used to mommy not being there at night. And we were making some really amazing strides there, just really good progress in terms of reducing the night feeds. And then now she's taking a lot more of the bottle, because she was on strike with the bottle sometimes. She's like, oh, okay, you don't want to give me the breast milk, I won't take the bottle either. So how she would still get the nutrition that she needs from the milk is we'd give her yogurt or any dairy products to compensate and just create some form of balance. So now I am excited to announce that I am no longer a human pacifier. So yay, we are completely off the boob now. And she would sometimes like see me walking around naked, and she looks at the boob, she's like, sis. It's like, yes honey, it's completely disgusting. So we've made some really amazing progress, and it was just a hectic emotional roller coaster. And in my head I'm like, oh, never again. Wait, right after the next baby's born I was going to be like so yeah, it wasn't easy at all. The entire process has been really beautiful, but what I'm learning is that both the baby and mommy and daddy all need to be ready for the weaning process. And when we just make that conscious decision to stop giving the baby breast milk, we have to be in it together, because now daddy also has to pull up his weight, and mommy also has to make some really hard decisions, and we are going to deal with a really emotional and upset little human being, and we need to be strong enough to be able to take it. And we took it, and here we are now, free. So how was your breastfeeding journey? What did you use to wean the baby off? Was I a terrible human being for using alu? Was I even more terrible human being for using like spicy chili? Just terrible. Just terrible. But yes, thank you for sharing this journey with me. Please subscribe. Press the subscribe and give me a big thumbs up, and then I will see you next time. Bye.